George?
Why don't we put that sculpture somewhere between Napa and Cal Ranch? Not only do you have high traffic from locals, but you have a lot of people up and down that road from out of the area driving through. If you're gonna show off your art, show it off in a high traffic area. If not there, there's other places along Altman that you could do it and have it secure where it's not gonna get vandalized.
Okay.
Can I throw out one perspective?
Yes.
Potentially unpopular, because I mean, it's art, so it's hard to, I apologize to the artist, but that particular piece of art, I would say, is an acquired taste, and I can see a whole lot of people that don't appreciate art kind of mocking it if it was like on the main street. I don't know, I'm being real honest, it's like it's very edgy in its style and kind of bizarre, so, which is cool, that's like the nature of art. So I could just see a lot of people not getting it and driving by and going, what the F is that? And so at the horse corrals, at least there's some context there that it makes sense.
Right.
And possibly near the cow ranch, it
Right.
might make some sense, but anyway, it's.
Well, I would say good art stirs emotion. You either love it or you hate it.
Right,
But
there
if
you go.
but if it doesn't stir any emotion, then it
It's
failed
wrong.
as an art piece.
Anyway,
Right, so, to have that, to follow up on that, what we found through the Main Street for our placemaking signs is we have to have private property with it so far off the road, and that we,
correct. Internet's just burping. Give me a second, she'll come back.
in, Napa, that, in that area, so if George has any pulls with some property owners, that would be really helpful.
I'll take
George doesn't have any pool anywhere.
but I'll take any suggestion you have on a location because
I just gave it.
cool.
And she was cut off, so I'm not sure what the full statement was or is.
Sounds like, hey Caroline?
So we have to have a private landowner agree to letting us put the sculpture there and wherever it is, and we have to have a letter that we show INDOT that we have the approval to do that. That it isn't just us thinking so anything like that. So for instance, our placemaking signs that'll go up this spring from the street, we have signed letters from the 3 property owners that it's allowed. And that's what INDOT, wants to make sure we follow the rules.
Absolutely.
So can we be working on this during this month and then get some more suggestions out with ideas, Kyle?
I'm gonna get with Kent Linsky at the Corrals and Terry Reck and just see, while we're humoring other locations, just see what it would take from a price and a logistics standpoint to prepare that as a location. Because that we might find out at that point, then that's not a suitable location and we need to go somewhere else. So at least I'll find out that data over this next month, and then we'll have an update at the next December meeting on hopefully where we're going to be putting this and what any costs associated are with it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Is there any more discussion on item G? Hearing none, we'll move to item A, discussion and for possible action, approval of the meeting dates for the first half of 2022.
So this
It will send us
This was one of the updated ones that Nicole sent out because there was a typo in the one that was sent out in the original package. We're not looking at March 242nd as a day, so I apologize for that. But the board can look over and see what the 4th Tuesday would be in each one of those months coming up, and if there's any changes or suggestions or anything like that, we can modify that now before making the public announcement.
Kurt, does it still work for you as far as 4 o'clock on Tuesday for your work?
Works great for me, yeah.
Okay, good. Anybody else, is that an agreeable time? Okay, well, hearing no other suggestions, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the meeting dates for the first half of 2022.
I'll move to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you very much. It's been moved by Kurt and seconded by Marietta. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye?
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item I, discussion only written presentation on outdoor recreations, the Utah Outdoor Recreation Summit by Errol Porter. And I believe that was a handout that was changed or added to yesterday. So if you have that was printed, or you can pull it up, there's just been some additions to that. And so, Errol, if you want to go off mute and talk to us.
Yes, so thank you. And just as you said, yeah, I made some updates, some more detailed, so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so the Utah Outdoor Recreation Summit, they held in Kanab. It was a 2-day event, and I was able to step in, and I was more than happy to go and attend it. And so the way they described it, and their big takeaway as the title was gathering place for all of the outdoor recreation industry and you to connect, learn, and grow and build together, which certainly was the case. The whole state of Utah was there. I was the only Nevadan, but it was very exciting. It was very nice to meet these people. So the first day was just driving over. It started out with an ATV tour of Peekaboo and Slot Canyon, which was very cool. They have a whole ATV ride designated for the Slot Ride Canyon, everything. And it was very reminiscent and reminded me of when we have influencers out here or other people we want to impress. We take them on Six Loop, obviously. And that was very fun. That went well. It was the first time meeting who was going to be at the summit. It was the very first event I went to. Right after that, maybe a couple hours after that, was the dinner that was also in Slot Canyon. And that went very well. I was able to meet more people. A lot of people who were there weren't so much tourism based as just outdoor recreation in general. So a lot of Parks and Rec people, a lot of people from other businesses who were just trying to figure out how to promote the outdoors from all over the state of Utah. After the dinner, there was a bus ride to the Zion View Starfield or Sky Tour, and that went very well. Dark sky tours are always fun. It's always fun to look at the night sky, even if you see it every day like we do. But it's very enjoyable. So then the second day, that was the breakout sessions and kind of the meats and potatoes main point of the whole conference where we got to have sessions. So the first one I went to, before that, there was the morning keynote. And the speaker of the morning keynote, he owns property apparently right on Zion National Park. His name was Stephen, and apparently he's a born and raised Utahn. His point of his talk was collaboration, and it was a point that he really wanted to drive home for all of the Utahns there. And I think it's a very good point of how important collaboration is and how important it is to work with people and everybody, and you don't want to be an island, and it really pays off to work together. So my main takeaway was, I think we're right on track with how we work together with our partners and the community, as well as with the state, and just how important it is that it is relationships that get things done, and we just need to continue to strive to bring people together, because that's ultimately how we're going to move forward. And then the first session I was able to attend was called Rebranding and Marketing, and it was lessons from the experts. And so in that talk, they mainly discussed how Kanab itself has rebranded itself. And it reiterated much of what we're doing right, I feel, because I noticed a lot of similarities between Kanab and how we market communities here in White Pine County. They're kind of a gateway community, so it really helps with Baker being the gateway to Great Basin National Park and other people who visit here. So it seems that, again, there were just a lot of similarities, especially in how they brand themselves. And they really want to emphasize how important it is to build up events so you can have people come to your destination. And it seems like they're right on the cusp of that happening, be it